Circa 1930, Stalin routinely airbrushed his enemies out of photographs. In this photograph, a commissar was removed from the original photograph after falling out of favor with Stalin. 1937. In this doctored photograph, Adolf Hitler had Heinrich Hoffmann, second from the right, removed from the original photograph. It remains unclear why Hoffmann fell out of favor with Hitler. 1942. In order to create a more heroic portrait of himself, Benito Mussolini had the horse handler removed from the original photograph. February 1982. In this National Geographic magazine cover star Young Egypt, the Great Pyramids of Giza, in a horizontal picture by Gordon Gilman, were squeezed together to fit the magazine's vertical format. Tom Kennedy, who became the director of photography at National Geographic after the cover was manipulated, stated that we no longer use that technology to manipulate elements in the photo simply to achieve a more compelling graphic effect. We regarded that afterwards as a mistake, and we wouldn't repeat that mistake today. June 1994. This digitally altered photograph of O.J. Simpson appeared on the cover of Time magazine shortly after Simpson's arrest for murder. This photograph was manipulated from the original mugshot that appeared, unaltered, on the cover of Newsweek. Time magazine was subsequently accused of manipulating the photograph to make Simpson appear darker and menacing. April 2003. This digital composite of a British soldier in Basra, gesturing to Iraqi civilians urging them to seek cover, appeared on the front page of the Los Angeles Times shortly after the U.S.-led invasion of Iraq. Brian Wolski, a staff photographer for the Los Angeles Times and a 30-year veteran of the news business, was fired after his editors discovered that he had combined two of his photographs to improve the composition. February 2004. This digital composite of Senator John Kerry and Jane Fonda sharing a stage at an anti-war rally emerged during the 2004 presidential primaries as Senator Kerry was campaigning for the Democratic nomination. The picture of Senator Kerry was captured by photographer Ken Light as Kerry was preparing to give a speech at the Register for Peace rally held in Mineola, New York, in June 1971. The picture of Jane Fonda was captured by Owen Franken as Fonda was speaking at a political rally in Miami Beach, Florida, in August 1972. April 2005. This digital composite of actors Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, rumored to have a romantic relationship, appeared on the cover of Star magazine. The picture of Pitt was taken in Anguilla, a Caribbean island, in January 2005. The picture of Jolie was taken in Virginia sometime in 2004. On page 8 is a disclaimer noting the image is a composite of two photographs. This composite was purchased from Big Pictures, a London-based photography agency, for $500,000. September 2005. This photo, taken of U.S. President George W. Bush as he sat in a meeting of the United Nations Security Council, shows Bush scribbling a note to Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice reading, "I think I may need a bathroom break. Is this possible?" Reuters picture editor, Gary Hirshhorn, explained that sections of the photo were overexposed so a Reuters processor used the Photoshop technique to burn down the note. Hirshhorn says that the photo was not manipulated in any way, but that it was standard practice for such news photos to be enhanced. October 2005. This doctored photo of Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice appeared alongside a USA Today news story about Rice's comments to U.S. lawmakers regarding U.S. troops in Iraq. After receiving complaints from readers, this photograph was removed from USA Today's website, and the following editor's note appeared alongside a properly adjusted copy. Photos published online are routinely cropped for size and adjusted for brightness and sharpness to optimize their appearance. In this case, after sharpening the photo for clarity, the editor brightened a portion of Rice's face, giving her eyes an unnatural appearance. This resulted in a distortion of the original not in keeping with our editorial standards. January 2006. Famed Indian movie star Khushbu is taking legal action against the publishers of Maxim magazine for the publication of a doctored photograph. The photograph was created by digitally splicing Khushbu's head onto another model's scantily clad body. This photograph was published in the Indian version of Maxim under the heading Women You'll Never See in Maxim, 100% Fake. Magazine editor, Sunil Mehra, said we are deeply apologetic for causing any inadvertent hurt and offense to Khushbu. Despite an apology, Khushbu plans to go to court. Indeed, the punishment that is finally meted out to them should be a deterrent against anyone who tries to treat women as a commodity and exploit them as they please. I will not opt for any kind of out-of-court settlement, she said. July 2006. The Charlotte Observer fired Patrick Schneider, a staff photographer, for altering this image of a firefighter. Following the incident, the paper released the following statement. Photographer Patrick Schneider's photo depicted a Charlotte firefighter on a ladder, silhouetted by the light of the early morning sun. In the original photo, the sky in the photo was brownish-gray. Enhanced with photo editing software, the sky became a deep red and the sun took on a more distinct halo. The Observer's photo policy states, no colors will be altered from the original scene photographed. Schneider said that he only meant to restore the actual color of the sky that was lost when he underexposed the photo. Schneider was suspended in an earlier episode after it was revealed that his award-winning photographs had been manipulated. Schneider allowed this case to be used to educate other professional photographers in ethics seminars. At the time he pledged, I will no longer tone my background down that far. September 2006. A photograph of CBS News anchor Katie Couric was digitally altered from this original to give Couric a trimmer waistline and a thinner face. This photo appeared in Cousin House magazine Watch. CBS spokesman, Gil Schwartz, said the doctored image was the work of a CBS photo department employee who got a little zealous. Schwartz added, I talked to my photo department. We had a discussion about it. I think photo understands this is not something we do in the future.